Wilson Morales from Black Film and TV. Hey, folks, how's it going?
What's
Going
going
well.
on,
How are you,
Wilson?
Wilson?
So here you are in this world of the BMF 50 Cent drama that we always get, So coming into this, how did you want to immerse yourself in the characters you're playing outside of the script you're given? Ren?
Yes. So for Henrietta, Henry has a lot of physical aspects to her. She's a very hands-on individual when it comes to firearms, specifically when it comes to her own skin-to-skin contact. She's very much putting in her own elbow grease. So for me, it was a lot of getting in touch with being able to perform aggression, specifically with props and firearms, things that I haven't really done before, being a theater person primarily. While all the props are all like rubber things, and these are heavy metal machinery. So for me, it was just getting a handle on the product for sure.
And what about you, Chris? We haven't seen you be ruthless yet, from what we've seen so far. You just got introduced so far, but I'm sure, the power that he has will show out.
There's no doubt about that. Absolutely. For me, in terms of previous experiences, I've played a number of detectives, cops throughout my career. And in so doing, I've done a lot of ride-alongs. And, Blaze, his character is a former officer in narcotics. So those ride-alongs, whether I was with sergeants, detectives, you name it, on the different series that I've been in the past, those ride-alongs have been incredibly informative and helpful about just that mindset, the mindset of the danger of this world, the the stakes and the predicaments that one gets into. So for me, seeing so much on those ride-alongs, that's in me, having had those experiences. Some of those things I'll never forget in my life because they were so dark, so upsetting, and so revealing about human nature. So all of that, among other things, I brought to my prep.
From what we see of Henry, obviously she's a force to be reckoned with. What part of her is a little bit of you? When people see you in this, and they go like, "Yeah, there's a little bit of her in this, bro."
Yeah. So I would say a little bit of Henry that I feel like that we both embody is we're both like silly goose. We're both silly geese. We all have our own sense of humor that I feel like not everybody kind of gets sometimes, but we think it's absolutely hilarious. And I think that is absolutely spectacular that we are very confident in how we move and go through the world, how we make humor, how we make sense of it. I will say that her sense shifts dramatically from how I would personally make sense of the world being in situations. But yes, definitely humor.
Chris, did you have to play catch up in terms of watching the previous episodes in order to get into this character and also into this world?
Well, I made sure, that I tuned into and checked out every single episode thoroughly and repeatedly, by the way, because it's a world that's very specific. So yes, I am definitely keyed into every single bit of BMF and
Hmm.
thoroughly have enjoyed all of it. And
Hmm.
if I hadn't done that kind of prep, that would have been difficult to fully understand this world. So that making sure that I was in on all of the previous episodes and the history, yeah, that was a must.
What about you, Red? Obviously, when people walk into a series, it's one thing when you're walking in and it's episode one of the show. When you walk in and it's the third season, everybody that you see on the streets are going to expect you to know everything about every character on the show. It's not just a job anymore. It's not you just playing a character. You're supposed to know because the very people are with BMF. They want to know. They're going to want to trip you up and say, "What's going to happen to so and so?" Did you immerse this? Were you already a fan, or did you have to play catch up?
I had to play catch up, but the rest of my family were already fans, so it was really like, okay, we're gonna watch it and swap notes. And my dad was really like, okay, so you want to make sure you don't forget about Terry. This is about Terry. And so it was more of like a group project for people who supported me. But I definitely did my research, specifically with Lamar, because what an incredible performance that was. Woo! So I knew I had some boots to fill.
Well, people are looking forward to seeing season 3. Congrats on the rose. Obviously, there's always going to be a Vegas line is to see how long you'll last. you know, you know, but if we Google and we don't see your name still living, I'm like, okay, we're gonna
Real.
find out, like, okay, do they just make it through the season or not? But congrats again on the rose. We'll talk down the road. Take care.
You too,
Awesome.
Wilson.
Thanks,
Thank
Wilson.
you.